Hey guys, Dante here and welcome back to the art stream, our Sunday night weekly art stream. Give me a second, I'm just going to readjust my audio for myself. That way I can hear the music. There we go. So, where was I? Yes, welcome back to our Sunday night art stream. As stated 2 weeks ago, I had to skip this past week because I was at New York Toy Con over at Brooklyn, and it was nice. It was very nice, in fact. I don't know how many of you heard about it, went to it, whatever. It was a very light crowd, sadly, but I did well there. Sold some artwork, talked to some interesting people. I would have liked to talk to more people, but you know, it is what it is. It was still a nice convention. So, I initially was going to continue the henchmen from last week, but I was feeling a little out of it, and I decided to try something a little different. So let me look up something. Oh, by the way, the music I'm playing right now is off of YouTube. It is Unscared. Aim to the Head, I think is the album cover or the name of the group. It's a mix. Okay, sorry, it's a mixed. It is a mix by Aim to the Head, and the entire track is Aim to the Head, and the entire track is said to be copyright free. Like, it's not a mixture of music, it's all copyright free apparently from this one album. And I figured it'd be good because today we are doing robots. So I feel a little bit of techno, a little bit of darkness. That's what it described the music as. Techno dark. So, what are we drawing? Oh, we're drawing robots, as I just said. We are drawing some Transformer sketches, some ideas I had. I had an idea bouncing around in my head some time ago. So let me see if I can find the inspiration for this. That is not the inspiration for it. Dang, spell check. There we go. So I'm looking for what inspired us. This was something that was inspired way long ago. Okay, here we go. Copy image. Just gonna go ahead and make a new layer. I'm just gonna paste that image right up in there. So anyway, as I scrambled for looking for the pictures, I hope everyone's doing well. It's been a weird month. Everything we've had like 3 different rainstorms hit us. You know, places are flooding, places are burning, everything. It's just, what is going on? What is happening to us in this world? We'll be beneath drawing. I'm a big fan of Transformers, as I've mentioned several times. There's the beauty. There's that horrific, yet very cool looking image. Copy image. And paste the image. There we go. Okay, let's get to it now. So, I like Transformers. I really do. It's more the concept than the franchise as a whole. I love things that could turn into other things. It's just really cool. I love combiners. I love just like the complexity and the imagination that goes into some of these Transformers, right? So there we go. So my love of Transformers really grew more as we got into the Beast War era. Beast Wars, original G1, G2, which is just G1 recycled. And then some point someone was like, let's try Beast Wars. and they got I have to look up the exact company, the exact designers behind the entire Beast Wars line. But Beast Wars was a really cool line. They tried a number of things at first. There was lots of gimmicky stuff, and like if you look at the very first Beast Wars toys, some auto transformed. A lot of the first one had two faces that would like open up to reveal a robot face beneath it. They tried a bunch of gimmicky stuff, but it was really cool stuff. In fact, I think Beast Wars is one of the lines that also did a really good job of like integrating. Good lord. Now I can't say it. Combining the weapons with the actual transformation. Like it wasn't just put a gun on the shoulder of the tiger or whatever. That's how you got the infamous gut gun from Cheetor. Cheetor's gun was actually around his stomach when he was a cat. To take it off, and it's a gut gun. The same people who did Beast Wars tried to do a line called Animorphs. Now, I never read the Animorph book, but I always saw it. You guys probably seen it. It's those images with like a boy or a girl, Photoshop transforming, more like shape-shifting into a bird, or a cat, or a dog, whatever. So they tried to do that with Transformers. The thing is this, it just never worked out. It never worked out. Like, if they were not trying to make it look human and instead just went full-on robot, like from animal to robot, it would have been fine. They would have, because there was lots of kibble that would hang off the edges and stuff. It just looked weird. A for effort never freaking worked, though. Like, I've seen the toys, they never worked. And then I came across this sucker online. This is called, I believe it's called the Tri-Rex. Or at least that's what everyone calls it. Is it called Tri-Rex? I think the official name is Tri-Rex. Animorphs. Tri-Rex. Giant Tri-Rex. Right? So Tri-Rex is a combiner. It's 3 human characters who combine into this cool looking dinosaur. As I stated, it never worked. Because the humans ended up being more like shell formers. They were just like a kind of human body surrounded by like tons of kibble that you couldn't do anything with. Beast Wars knew what to do with it. Black Arachnia had, you know, the spider legs on her arms. Like everyone, their kibble kind of worked in a way. Cheetor's cheetah legs were like crossed on his back. Like everything kind of worked, but for this they couldn't. So I'm not going to show you what the individual figures look like. They just look sad. What I will show you is the badass concept artwork. And it's just concept. It's not designing it. The guy didn't draw it. Whoever did this, they didn't draw it to like give an idea of how it would transform. He was like, I have an idea, and he put it on paper. And then he said, figure it out, guys. And they kind of couldn't. Because it looks cool as a robot. I mean, as a dinosaur here, but it didn't work. So this, I gotta shrink this. This freaking Nightmare Fuel is like the original concept work. I mean, look at that. Look at that. And this is kind of what they ended up with. Like one of the characters did have the T-Rex legs for the arms. One character did have the tail for the arm. The one with the head just kind of split open and became tons of shite all around him. It didn't really look like this. But look how, like, Animorphs, they meant that, like, when they become animals, they just, like, whoop, they just become animals. Sure, the CGI looks kind of iffy. They don't go through, like, a horrific freaking Werewolf in London transformation. But the guy who came up with the artwork was like, no, it's gonna hurt. They're gonna be angry. They're gonna be screaming existentially, and this one girl's just gonna be having a bad day with her freaking overalls. But I love this! Like, isn't this freaking badass? It is amazing. It says Plan 2, Star Plan 2, I'm guessing that's the guy's name, not the actual, oh, and TF Raw is the website it probably came from. I just googled this real quick. It's been posted different places, but yeah, I saw this and I was like, that is beautiful. It is horrific and beautiful. So I figured, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pick up where they kind of failed, and I'm just gonna do a quick design, quickish. I'm gonna design 3 Transformers, kind of in the vein of Beast Wars, that combine to a T-Rex. And the excuse me. In hindsight, nothing really crazy. You've probably seen Power Ranger toys that do this, etc., etc. And the design I'm going with looks more robotic. I guess it could be more organic if I work on it. But yeah, we're just gonna sit here, and I'm gonna do some inking over some sketches I've already done. Otherwise, we sit here for like 4 hours of you just looking at me as I mentally calculate how to make it work. But yeah, I'm just gonna do some drawings of like how I think you would have 3 Transformers combined into a T-Rex. The goal, the end goal, is to probably have each individual Transformer have a secondary mode. So the triple, well, not really triple changes. It's pretty much robot, something to turn into, and then something that then gets combined into a T-Rex. So it's like a 2.5 changer, two and a half combiner Transformer. Because I want to really push it. And yeah, ever since I saw this like long ago, I'm like, they could have done such amazing stuff. It's a shame, like the actual toy has tons of stupid gimmicks that just take up too much bulk of it. They could have really streamlined it, but that's what that is. So yeah, this horrific, beautiful thing is going to be, it is our inspiration for today. So blip and blip. Let me just get my assets all figured out here, because I just have a bunch of sketches. These are the original sketches that I took. I don't know why that photograph came out so freaking shaky. Rotate and scale. So I've done two layouts so far. I've come up with a base idea for the tail and the base idea for the legs, which in truth are just iterations of what you just saw. It's gonna be one for the head, one for the tail, one for the legs. And a lot of these are actually, once I started thinking about how it would work, how it would transform, I realized they're pretty much just like slight variations of pre-existing like Beast Wars toys. Like I'm like, oh yeah, this is just like Megatron, this is just like Dinobot, just altered for a combined mode. So like I said, bear with me as I just fiddle faddle with these sketches, these basic concepts. Rotate. Like I said, these sketches right here are right now just robot to component, robot to legs, robot to dino tail. They're very light ideas. I just want to get inked and laid out. That way I could then fudge it a bit more. And I'm thinking, okay, it's going to turn into a T-Rex. Let's not worry about anatomical correctness. It's going to look more like a robot T-Rex, like a Dinobot, old school Dinobot. So maybe each one, it's a triple. So maybe like one is a ground unit, maybe one's an airplane, and one is like a boat. Boats never work in Transformers, they never come out good. Maybe I can make like an airboat. Like it has like the big fan in the back and it has like the freaking pontoons. I don't know. You can always tell they struggle when they try to do stuff like that, because like one's a tank. Like those ones who like transform 4 times, 6 times, 8 times. This is a tank. Now it's a car. Now it's a jet. Now it's a spaceship. It's like they're always afraid to make a boat because no one likes boats apparently. But yeah, but for now, let's work on the main bots. Where's my ink layer? That's my ink layer. You know what? Get rid of you. Get rid of you. I'm just organizing my layers. My layers. Delete that. Okay. Let's start. Let's start from the butt end. Let's start with the tail. I like this music. It's all from one freaking band, and it says copyright free. It's all one band. So either this whole video is gonna get muted, or the video is gonna be okay. I keep trying to. Every time I find the last music you guys heard from the last 2 streams I did, art streams that is, was like an 11-hour long mix, and one song on it was muted. and I don't know which one it was, but it was because 11 hours long. I know I could probably jump to the end of the video or whatever. Just gotta catch a good 2 hours, because our streams are usually 2 hours. You know that. Okay. Let's put him right here. You know what? Let's put him right here. We are gonna make him a little bigger. We can always adjust the scale of everything else as we go. It's a little bigger. There we go. That way it takes up about a... Yeah, that way the robot takes about a quarter of the page. Okay. Less than a quarter, but you get it. So, the tail. I figured I'm not gonna rack my brain too much. Let's go ahead and use some pre-existing transforming concepts. Found something that's rubber and I don't know what it belongs to. Something on the computer here. Anyway, so some pre-existing transforming concepts, meaning I don't have to sit here and completely work from scratch. So I figured this guy's gonna be kind of like the Megatron Transformer from Beast Wars. He's gonna have the tail is gonna be one arm, and he's gonna have not the head of the T-Rex, but another arm. So essentially, he will transform similar to the Megatron, where like his waist turns sideways and everything else interlocks. And we'll get to that as we go. So let's get that cool freaking giant. This guy's arm. The arm is the tail, and because he's small, but he makes up a larger transformer, it's gonna be a very large tail. Let's do this. Pencil? No. Pen. Gel pen. Alright. Once again, these are going to be very quick light concepts. Just doing some quick inking. So nothing mathematically correct. By the way, the same place where I saw that drawing for the animals concept had lots of other sketches. I don't know if it's by the same person or not, but they had Beast War triple changer ideas, man. I love me some good triple changers. Like I love pushing the boundary of like what can be done with the concept. You know, I love triple changes. They're not always perfect. Sometimes the triple changes are more like what you call. Usually they go for sci-fi vehicles because it's a lot easier to say this is a jet rather than saying it's an actual jet. You know. But yeah, I saw that concept and I was like, that is really cool. It was essentially a cobra that transformed into Velociraptor. So it had like Dinobot feels. It had like Beast War Dinobot feel to it. And it was, a cobra that turns into a freaking Velociraptor that then turns into a robot. And the cobra's tail was like a lance in robot mode. And it's funny because in robot mode you didn't really no. In robot mode you did see where the cobra's frill, whatever you want to call it, where it did go. It was like shoulder pads on top of the dino, on top of the robot. But I think it would have done very well if it acted as a shield, lance and shield. And I think it would have saved them a headache on transformation. But hey, it was just a sketch, and it was a cool drawing. It was definitely more of a concept drawing than it was a diagram of how it would work, you know? So they had Beast Wars Triple Changer. There was like an original concept, like when they were apparently, I guess, when they were first designing the like the Beast War characters, they weren't sure what to do with them, and one was like a robot a little robot Megatron, who looked very similar to like his proto form. If you watch the original series, it looks very similar to like what he looked like before he became a T-Rex. You see bits of it in the first episode, and the arms and legs just collapsed and just to a torso, and you stuck the torso in a giant mech exosuit, and the exosuit became the T-Rex, and that was a cool concept. And I feel like they used that. I feel like they did use that somewhere else. I feel like I've seen that like eventually, like they took the idea and they ran with it with another toy. I feel like they did, or they tried. Just can't place where I've seen it. So as usual, when I do Transformers, or like when I do concepts like this, I keep it all front. And when I just do the basic, what you're seeing here, the basic like, how's it work? It's all really angular and box-like, because I'm not designing the cool part of it. I'm designing this in between of like how I want it to look and how I think the toy will transform. Because that's how I do this. I always think of the transformation. And I still, to this day, as I've mentioned many times before, don't know how the professionals do it. I don't know if some guy just sits there and draws a really cool looking transformer where the wheels are just on the shoulders and on the butt, and he gives it to some poor sap and says, okay, design it to work as a transformer. Like, I don't know what they do. I just do what I do. Gotta get that cod piece. Indent the gut. Indent it. So it's like a faux T-Rex. It's gonna have some kind of, you know what? Now I'm gonna say faux T-Rex. It is a T-Rex. Because you don't know what T-Rexes look like. They had feathers. They were just giant turkeys. And even regular turkeys of regular size are terrifying. Look them up. When they get pissed, they get pissed. But he's gonna have like little crocodile fins, kind of. You know, not full-on Stegosaurus, but like a crocodile fin. How's my audio doing? Alright, you guys can hear the music. It's just very light. Good. There we go. Woo! Got those Mega Man legs. wrong with Mega Man legs? Bunny robots. Robot? Bunny rabbits. Bunny robot. I had Mega Man legs for the longest time. Then they kind of streamlined her. You know, style changes over time. Gave her a cowboy hat. Whatever. Now, as I was drawing the original sketch, I told myself, he's gonna be a brute. He's gonna have like a little bucket forehead, and it's actually based off of a Transformer toy I have, which is a little almost said rhinoceros. It looks a little rhinoceros, and like similar to Megatron. You turn the whole thing sideways. The head is one side, the tail's the other, or the butt's the other. But his head doesn't pop out like a Transformer. It just kind of, like the average Transformer, it just kind of rotates in the chest. So there's a little stubby head with big shoulders. And I figured this would work well. But as I was doing that, I was like, alright, so I'm giving him this little stubby head that's gonna just like rotate from this box in his chest, this door in his chest. But what's funny is, I'm like, I'm gonna make him look like a brute. He's gonna have a square little head, and I'm like, yeah, freaking Beast Wars Megatron had a square freaking head. He wasn't a brute, he was just freaking jerk. Really simple. Have the helmet like literally just make up the brow. I like that. Alright. As you can kind of see, it's the Megatron. It's one hand's gonna be this big blunt object. It will make sense later on as I draw the other pieces. And you just turn the whole thing sideways, and the legs are gonna be different than what Megatron's legs do. The legs here are actually going to wrap around the torso. So it's like torso turns completely sideways. One arm is the tail, one arm is another piece of the robot, and the legs are gonna fold around the torso, covering the face, covering the back, basically making one long piece, which is the tail. And we'll get to that sketch. I'm just describing it because I want to. perspective? The perspective with the skew. No, it should be perspective. Okay, hold on. I'm just trying to adjust something on this. Yeah, I should do it. Just trying to make it like exaggerated. Okay, this one's coming towards you a little bit. This arm is coming towards you. Deselect, thank you. Fix all these little rings. The rings are helping you follow what's going on. This is not a ring. That is like a joint that's on here. There we go. Get that out. There we go. That's like the elbow joint. Okay. What are we working with here? What are we working with? Let's see. That's easier for me to work with. Just to really exaggerate the angle on it. For now, we're going to give him big old drills. Well, these spikes for now. How's that look? I'm a little off in the angle, but we gotta fix that. Just put some random little details on the underside of it. Might come handy later. Don't know. Alright. So we got the butt. We got Robo Butt here. We're going to draw more or less what he looks like when he's in Dino Tail Butt mode. That's the right word, right? Dino Tail Butt mode? Excuse me for a second. lower the music just a pinch. Yeah, so as I mentioned before, when I do Transformers, I just keep them relatively simple in terms of shapes, because I make it not just for the look. I make it because I want to try and I design them not just for the look. I design them because I want to try and make them. So keeping it in relatively simple shapes helps me get where all the angles are, where everything connects and changes and shifts. And then later on, I can always add the actual fine details. Sometimes the details come out when I'm freaking making the toy itself. You know, like details that come together. You know, give him computer chips on his arms, give him flames painted on the back of his head. That stuff comes up later on sometimes. I just want to get like, how's it work on paper first. Okay. Now once again, this isn't going to be one-to-one scale. It's not like the drawings are going to be perfect, but it is going to be there in spirit. I also use certain little cues, like rather than, you saw earlier I did a little circle for the ball joint here. Not ball joint, but for the pin joint. I figured, no, maybe make it a square. That way it doesn't look like a hole and you identify it in the other picture. Also, you can see kind of in the original sketches, I add some colors of red and they're just red on certain parts of the body. So they're red, you could read them. They're red in color, but you could read them on every step of the transformation. One, two, four. Okay, perfect. So this part of the sketch is just a straightforward. So like, you know, this guy's dynamic. Back up a little bit. So the robot's dynamic. This is a straight-on side shot. And then beneath this in pencil will be another dynamic shot of what we're doing here, just to get a better idea what we're working with. forgot to draw. There are fins on this guy. It's like, so the other arm has a fin on it as well. Like little dino fins. Just at a weird angle so you probably couldn't see it. Do the same with these guys. Fin, fin, fin. Just adding that extra line to show that it's like a blade, like it's a thin piece of metal. Alright. So what you're looking at here is his right arm tucked in, his left arm tucked in, and the legs at the waist shifted and wrapping around. And the feet, much like the old Dinobot toys you probably see, or some variations of G1 Dinobot that is. The feet actually just sticking up so they kind of match the spikes going down the back. But let's do a more dynamic, as I said, a more dynamic drawing of it. Gives you a better idea what's going on. My hand is like shaky today. Come on. There we go. So there's the crotch piece. It's sideways. That's one hip, and there's the other hip right here. This big thing right here is the leg, and this is the foot. We're looking from a downward angle more, I think, or we're trying to think how to get the angle on that right. That's the foot. That's the other foot. And I gave him 2 spikes on top. Shoot. Alright, so. One there. And then one here. It's going to be overlapping foot. There we go. Last but not least, we have our tail sticking out the back. Alright. Before I move on, I'm going to drop some color in there just to identify what's what. So, spot 1, label your layers, people. Label them. New layer. Spot 1. No, come on. Spot 1. C. Ink. There we go. So one's for ink, one's for color. It's gonna be really basic color. Ooh, that's way too big. There we go. I have to be very gentle. It's jumping straight into like its widest. Something happens and I feel like the pressure on the pen gets reset all the time. That is ticking me off to no end. Hold on. Yeah, on the tablet registration. On the tablet registration, it feels it just fine. But yeah, look at that. Gentle, gentle, woo! Yeah, but in the Clip Studio, that's a problem. Files would be edit. I'm just looking for a way to adjust the pressure. You know what? We're doing good right now. Watch me change one thing and it all goes to pot. So we're just gonna leave it alone. Leave it alone for now. You know, and just because I want to continue keeping everything like visually like, oh, that's that. I did not know. I want to just keep a few things. You know, once again, doing little things like doing things like this, coloring it, made such a difference. Because when I was younger and I would just draw the sketches, I'd go back to them and I'd be like, oh God, how did I figure this? How did I do this again? How does this transform again? So doing like little kind of blueprinty color guides makes all the difference. Me likey. Say it with me now, everyone. Save, save, save your damn project. Rex, concept 1. Yeah, concept A. I've been getting used to doing A, B, C, D. As opposed to 1, 2, and 3. I don't know why. Rex concept A. Boom. Okay. Okay, let's move on to his legs. That looks like he's still a good scale. Goodish. Okay. Alright. So we have the weapons dude who's just, my arms are weapons of destruction! And now we're gonna deal with the muscle, the brute, the actual brute of the group. I need to make folders. Here we go. So and lock. There we go. So bot 1 has its own little folder. This is bot 2. But. Just refreshing my pages, see if anyone's saying hi. And it tells me someone is watching me on Picardo. Don't know who it is, but thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a comment. It'll be the first time someone's done so on that website. Alright, let's get back to it. Once again, effect of music, it is Unscared by Aim to Head. And we've hit the 1 hour mark. Nice. Let's get another robot in there. Look at this meathead. Gotta love him. So he's going to have, let me fix that. This one has a plate that goes from in front of his face and completely goes back, kind of making a cool collar. So I'm just going to design a little, like a indication that there's a track on his chest, like a little indent where the cage goes forward. Once again, really simple shapes, just to, you know, get the general boxy form out. Let's give him some cool glasses, why not? He's one of those. He's one of those Transformers where you don't know if he has eyes or not. He's just pure visor. Little square nose. Alright. It's kind of weird because we're looking, he's flexing backwards, but you do see the top of the cage. That's incorrect, but it's just for me to remember that the cage is concaved. Like that. Really simple. Once again, Mega Man legs. Now this one, once again, I didn't want to rattle my brain too much trying to figure out how every single piece transforms. This guy's legs are pretty much Dinobot from Beast Wars, in that they rotate at the knee and will basically fold over his chest and more or less his face. That's what the old Dinobot toy did, and that's what this guy's doing. this one definitely has Mega Man legs because he has rounded feet, like Dinobot did. I gave him these kind of Charlie Brown zigzag designs as I was sketching him, just so I could remember where the legs were on the original drawing. Once again, we're going to use color, so that worked just as well. Big old ball jointed shoulders. For now, we're making these kind of flat, like they're like a bit of a flat disc, just to simplify the shape. One arm's a bit more swollen than the other. I think I could tone down the curvature on this one. Come on, buddy. You don't need to impress anyone. We love you anyway. There we go. Just straight up box arms. Really simple fist. You know, just do the little indication of freaking millimeter, the 5mm port. Okay. So then he has hanging off the side of his. So he has, you know, like a regular person, bicep, forearm, bicep. Then he has these things come off the side of them, and those things are going to be our dino feet. Yeah, let me switch that. That looks weird. Should be reversed. There we go. Really simple, right? Okay. I like this music, man. Like I said, hopefully won't get flagged and I can use it again in the future. This guy essentially turns into what looks like an ostrich. Bought 2 inks. There we go. Okay. Something happened to my... There we go. Something happened to my clip studio. Like it just, the layout just kind of wiggled on me. Alright, so here we go. First let's get them legs. Or rather, let's get these arms that become them legs. Say it with me now. He got chicken legs. That's for my Invader Zim fans out there. He's got chicken legs. Shrink this down a little bit too big for some taste. There we go. gonna do here is a little bit of a trick I like to do. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is the X-ray vision. I'll probably use a tinted color as well. But that is essentially what happens. The legs fold up, cover the face, and this backpack comes down. And it's the backpack's the tummy of the dinosaur. And essentially, if I wanted to, I could do something like this. Check it out. So he's gonna have, this guy has a peg in his back. In fact, he has 2 of them. And those pegs go into the slots of the other guy. Let's take a quick. You know what? Let me keep going. Let me keep going. Then we'll take a look and kind of do a little semi combination here. Okay, now we're doing once again the more dynamic view of what we just did. There, his goggles. Right here are the Dinobot feet in front of his chest. This was originally the collar, which is now in front of his face. Get them dino legs in. How did I do that again? Nope, dino legs are fully round at the top, fully round at the top, curved at the bottom. There's that curve with the lines in it. I did these feet like weird for some reason. They go this way. Thank you very much. There we go. I don't know how many toes T-Rexes are meant to have. We're just kind of winging it at the moment. That should do it. And then we're just going to do a silhouette for this one. These actually should be pointed because once again they are Mega Man feet. So let's keep that consistent. Just for the hell of it. There we go. Because why not keep things consistent? I mean, you know, just for the hell of it. I do feel like, let me see something, from here to here. Oh, come on. This is it. From there to there, right? I'm just gonna try something. That's the one. That's the M for lasso. Holy crap, it is actually right. Yeah, it just looks weird. Okay. Cancel. Delete. We're going to do the entire feet, and you'll see why. So we're going to color this for wider brush, please. 15? 15 is kind of big. I'm using pencil, that's why. Should be pen. There we go. So we're going to color the entire feet, and where I did the dotted line, I'm actually going to tint it. Like, just make it a lighter color. So this is what I do, people. I think of a concept and I sit there and I stare at a piece of paper for like an hour or so, doing the gymnastics in my mind as to how things may line up, and then everything else regarding like what I keep in my head are usually the main gimmicks. Like, do I want this to be here? Do I want this arm to line up here? Do I want the leg to go here? Like that stuff. That is like one of the main things I keep in mind as I'm developing it. And sometimes I have to lose it. Sometimes I have to go, you know what, that's not going to work. That's going to go somewhere else. That piece is going to go here, that piece is going to go there. But yeah, I'm more of the kind of mindset of like, I am going to design how this works, and then I will probably figure everything else out later. Should I tint it? No, I know what I'm going to do. Better idea. Well, not better, but let's see. There we go. So it's not tinted, because I don't want like a third color in a space that shouldn't be there. But you get it there. You get the idea. Right? That works well. If I tint it, it's just another color in what should be a simplified concept drawing. Let me clean up some of these inks. Yeah. Okay. So I'm thinking, by the way, if I do want to make these into like a 2.5 triple changer, legs McGee here, arms to legs McGee here. I might do some tweaking and make it where he turns into a kind of a tank, like a literal tank. Maybe I put treads on the dinosaur legs / his arms, which then collapse, and that big shell that goes from his back to his front, it's hollow. So maybe I could put like a cannon in there, so the cannon folds out. So it basically becomes a little stubby tank that drives around. The one that has like the freaking killer arms, I'm not sure what to do with. Like, I want to really do the whole like one's a tank, one's a jet, one's like a boat kind of thing. Or I could just all make them kind of like ground units. Just all a bunch of like mean little tank looking dudes. I really gave him spikes in that other arm of his. I could easily change that to like long barrels instead, like long cannons. Yeah, I'll work with it. We'll do some magic eventually. But first, what I want to do is label this. Label it bot to C, as in bot to color. Okay. That's out of order. That goes there. That goes there. I'm going to unlock you and close you. Okay. So let's have some fun real quick. Really, you're in one big folder together and you don't move together. How do I fix that? Like, you're in a folder together. You should all move. Oh, is something locked? No, look, nothing's locked. That's annoying, man. I don't want to flatten you. You know what? Temporarily, we're gonna flatten this. No. We're gonna select this. We're going to merge selected layer temporarily. I'm gonna move your butt up. See, kind of just goes like that. You see it? You see how it this centerpiece right here just clicks right in there? And what that gives us is a mondo tail, the legs, and the not the chest, but more like the lower torso, like the bottom rib cage of our dino. So now we gotta do our dino. And I have ideas for him. Not quite sure yet, but I have ideas. So I'm gonna just backtrack. Close. Lock you away forever. Save. Should I have a second color? Yeah, I'm gonna have a second color. There we go. I wanna better identify that this who's or what's it's on his back is what flips forward in the final transformation. Why am I in pencil? Thank you. Jeez. I gotta fix that. I'm so tired of hitting P twice and it goes from pen to pencil. Freaking pencil again. I'm like, why is it doing that? Oh, I'm a mess, people. I'm a complete mess. Anyway. Good news, bad news is, you know, we're in the final push here. It is just after 9:30, and we got 2 bots down. But unlike these 2 bots, I don't have a sketch pre-prepared for the final guy. So, we have a problem. We have a problem indeed. You know what's bothering me also about this ink layer right here? Got the eraser. It is also the eraser. Oh no, it's not. Drawing in white. What's going on? There we go. There we go. I had to fix that small bit to indicate where the chest actually is and where the feet end. There we go. Stay. Better. Save. And we got plenty of room. Now, remember I'm using the that Animorphs sketch and toy as inspiration for this. You know, one guy had the arms, which became the legs. One guy had the tail, one girl had the tail. And the original sketch, that last dude had the freaking T-Rex arm, that horrific T-Rex arm just growing out of his side. The toy did not have it. The toy had the arm split, had the head split in 4 different directions, and it was a complete freaking mess. Nothing came out of it. Nothing came out of it. Captain Shoal. What do we do here? Let me lower the volume for myself. I have music loud in my ears. Yeah, so the question is, how do we do the transformation for said Dino Head? One thing that I could take from the original toy was that the little T-Rex feet, T-Rex hands, became the feet of the toy in typical like Beast Wars fashion. I used to love that when they were like, I think was it like not Scorponauts, Quicksilver, no, Quick Strike. Thank you, Quick Strike. His freaking little claws became his big floppy feet, which I thought was really funny. Fun fact, I was originally thinking maybe these guys turn into individual animals and then combine into a T-Rex. And one of the ideas I had was that the T-Rex's head would split in 2, turn it sideways, or turn it downward, and essentially, like, transformation-wise, the T-Rex head would eventually become the claws for, like, a scorpion. So, like, it'll be a robot that becomes, like, a scorpion that then becomes a T-Rex head. That was an idea I had. And I'm still debating if I want to go down that animal route with these guys. You know, the easy thing to do with the guy who becomes a feet is make him a gorilla, because big old gorilla arms. But it's not really much of a transformation change now, is it? Don't know what I was gonna do. I was thinking maybe like an alligator or some kind of serpent-like thing for the guy with the tail. That's like really exaggerate the tail. I don't know. Still thinking. But let's focus on this. So now we are working with another layer. It's gonna be bot 3, which reminds me, let me change these folder names. Bot 1. Nope, that came out weird. And my cap lock is on. It's all coming in backwards. There we go. Bot 1. I promise we'll think of better names for them in a bit. I could call, Bot 1 the Butt Bot, because he is the butt of the robot, of the T-Rex it is. Okay. Bot 1, Bot 2. Okay, folders, Bot 1 for Bot 2, done. Save. I forget, can you guys even see my folders? You can't. It's all blocked off anyway. I try to keep all that stuff on the side. Until I do a tutorial one day for people about a program I'm still learning about myself. Okay, now things are gonna slow down a pinch. Also, on a side note, because all I do is freaking do side notes. Let's use green for this. A dark green. I would usually do something like this, not pencil. So I'll either use a shape or a letter. I think for this letters would do well. So I would usually do like an arrow and do, let's say, A, right? Then I would do A, just to indicate where things go. For like complicated stuff, I would usually do that when I was drawing like one transformer in parts. Like I want to get the arm fully detailed, the legs fully detailed. Like if everything transformed really complicated, I would usually do that individually, just to remember where everything was. Once again, using colors, using basic shapes to kind of like figure things out. I like the first one a lot, but yeah, I wanna tweak it. I wanna tweak them. I want them. Maybe they'll all just be a bunch of like little destruction machines, you know. Maybe one's a bulldozer kind of thing. This guy just has guns. One guy has cannon. One guy has the missile launching guns or whatever. The last guy just has drills. Like maybe I just make them all into like little ground tanks that turn into a really angry freaking T-Rex. Alright. Ugh, I'm actually not sure what to do here. And I'm getting tired, which is not good. It's been a day. It's weird. It's been a weird day. I woke up super late, slept most of the day. Like I was just out of it, people. And even now I feel tired. I don't know. Maybe I'm just lazy. Okay, let's go with the old technique of... That is too dark. That is way too dark. Let's go with the old technique of light blue. We're sketching this now. We are sketching this from scratch. Now, once again, this guy could probably have the T-Rex for an arm, but given their size, it's gonna be massive. Like, it's gonna be a huge freaking arm on him. Or I could do what a lot of toys do. A lot of Transformer toys, they have the T-Rex head just split in half. And be like shoulder pads. T-Rex Transformer. I'm just going to do a quick... There we go. T-Rex Transformer toy. I'm just going to do a quick, like, Google search and just see what pops up. And just like, even like really cheap, like bootleg toys, really cheap children toys, like little things like that, like it'll make you go, oh, I didn't think about that. I mean, hell, the original Dinobots, the heads just freaking flip back. They didn't even incorporate into the bodies. But then again, that was like the old school way of how they thought dinosaurs looked, where like the T-Rex had a big fat belly and the head was really small. Because I believe Grimlock from like the live action movies, his head just splits open and becomes like shoulder pads. What do you want? Why are you beeping so much? Yeah, that becomes shoulder pads. I believe Beast Wars Megatron, his second mold, his Transmetal mold, the head was a bit smaller, he was a bit sleeker altogether, and I think that just went into his chest. Like it just completely disappeared. Yeah, it did. The original Beast Wars toy, the head just completely disappeared into the body somewhere, I think, and what was on his chest was a fake head. It was like a design of some type. I believe that's how it was. Here we go. What are these little knockoff guys? How do these guys look? Nah, still T-Rex head for the arm. Oh, that's a horrible Grimlock. So I just saw a really bad knockoff Grimlock. That is sad. It's like 90% robot feet. Like the feet just fold over and become the entire body. Alright, you know what? Let's focus on what we need. What we need is a head, little legs, which is probably part of the chest as well, of course. And part of the back, I believe. I believe we do need part of the back. Yeah, because I don't know if you can see my cursor. I forget if you can see my cursor or not. Double check that. I have no idea. Anyway, the first guy becomes pretty much the entire back end. Like that's all tail. The second guy becomes like the lower belly. So what we need is the actual back, the shoulder blades of the T-Rex. So it's the entire like rib cage up, pretty much. It's like the shoulder blades, little T-Rex feet, and the head and the chest, of course. So how are we gonna pull that? That's a lot of material to pull off. If I fudge that, I could probably make this 4 guys in here. 4 men in a trench coat. 4 men in a trench coat. You know what? Let's go nuts. Let's see. Question is, do I incorporate? Should I? Would I? Could I? Incorporate. Let's get a head down here first. That's way too big. Should I? Would I incorporate the dinosaur feet at all into the robot mode? Like, should they be the robot mode feet? Little tiny feet? Should we just have it as kibble? So I'm just gonna start with like a basic shape. Head's a bit big. Here we go. We're gonna start with a basic shape of what I think, you know, let's get this guy a body. Give him a body, then we're gonna put him into a pose of some type. Figure it out as we go along. You know me, I usually like to end the streams after 2 hours, but who knows, maybe we'll get a second wind. What I do know for a fact is that this music ends in 2 hours, so. You know what? Screw it. Let's just draw him with a T-Rex arm, and then figure the rest out afterwards. Oh, I think I have an idea. I think I have an idea. Because T-Rex head is just such a massive piece, so we have to like, you know, divide and conquer, right? Right. So first. Let's give him a cool pose. He's lifting one arm to the sky. Yeah, just checking the size compared to everyone else. Okay. music is dancing. Christ. There you go. Look, he's flexing. Okay, good. So what if we just downgrade the entire thing, and he has like the T-Rex, he has the big T-Rex head, but he has just the top of it, just the top jaw. As you can tell, I'm rushing the T-Rex head over here. Not even sure. Is that a good size? That still looks a bit small. That definitely still looks small to me. Shoot, shoot, shoot. No, the head's gonna be just too big. The head will be just too big for a little guy. You're too little. Yeah, let's think. Let's think. We still need the legs. Sorry, we still need his back. You know what? Let's be a little tricky here. So his legs are gonna be the T-Rex back, right? The legs are gonna curl onto his back, opposite of how the other guy's legs curled onto this guy. The opposite of how this guy's legs became fold onto his chest. This guy's legs are gonna fold onto his back, right? Give him some square feet. So the feet will be the T-Rex's back. And it could do like the Megatron, like the first guy. Rotate at the waist. Just have the whole arm come forward for a head. And then have this arm have like a shield almost. And it has the T-Rex. Yes, he kind of matches like the other guy. He's pretty much like the other guy. But I just think that head is gonna be so big though. I think... Was that the end of our music? Nope, we still got one song left, I think. Might work. A little iffy on it. I'm a little iffy on just a giant freaking T-Rex arm. But let's get into it. Let's drop some inks, and we work from there. Remember, this is all just us, you and me, people. Just thinking of ideas, figuring out as we go along. Alright. I'm like sitting way over here. It's like out of camera view. Hey, how's it going? Stop leaning, sit straight up. Go throw your back out. I'm like, why does it look like that? It's because it's pencil, not pen. That's another weird thing. Like, I'm right now using a pen that's a 0.3. I was just using a pencil that was 0.3, and you can see the difference in the line thickness. Ooh. So I'm doing an angry face. I'm thinking about him having like this angry monocle kind of looking thing. Like, stupid looking. There we go. No shine to his head. He's a bullet head. He's a bullet head. Forward! My prehistoric minions, forward. These this guy will have fins on his legs because the legs are going to be once again the back of the Rex. Right, so I think it's a bit of a fudge in terms of scaling. But I want to say I think we kind of got it. Weird. It's very weird. Yeah, that Rex head is gonna be big, but what you gonna do? Then again, I could also like make it with the head itself transforms in a weird way, like it just kind of navels out somehow. That's an idea. Like, what if the head itself like transforms so it's not as bulky? It's longer. What the heck is going on? There we go. So it'll be long, kind of like a lance, kind of how the other guy has the tail. But at least it's not this giant just head on his arm. We will return to that. Right now, I just want to get him on paper. I just want to get him on paper at the moment. Like a bunch of wires attaching the jaw. Okay.
Life is already full of surprises.
Oh, and that was it. That was the end of our music,
At
people.
University of Phoenix, you can count on fixed, affordable tuition. From
Don't know why I'm doing the top teeth. And why I'm doing the back teeth. You should be. You won't even see them. And that was that. Look. Just gonna go back to a classic right now. That head is gonna transform. That head is definitely gonna be transformed because that is way too big. Let's give him a tiny right arm. It's my strong arm. Maybe he has like there you go, like a little inner claw that comes out. So it's like the 3-finger clamp. Alright, so his legs go on his back, which make up the back of the T-Rex. His one arm goes over his whole chest area. So he does a sideways turn. Let's go sideways. Fudging it a little bit, but we're getting there. If I did a sideways drawing of it, so yeah, let me do a quick sideways drawing of it. So we have nope. Let's go over here. No, let's give it a bit more room. So we have yeah, there we go. Okay. So we're gonna do a quick little drawing of him, more or less straight on side view, like a not much angular, the non-dynamic drawing as I called it earlier. So that's that right there with the T-Rex arms. Little baby arms. So that tucks in against his side, turn him sideways. So now he's sideways. Oh, got an itch on my leg. And if he's sideways, theoretically, that means he's like this right here. Yeah. So that puts his chest, his waist, and that. So let's take the robot legs and put them on his back. Okay. Oh, I know what to do here. See, I'm thinking of the robot legs as one solid piece, but they should be like, they can have flaps on the side of them. Like the legs themselves can have like little flap doors on the sides, and the flaps come out and cover up his chest area. That'll work. Let me draw them here first. So freaking pencil. Not using a pencil, using a pen, please. Thank you. So there's that. Get rid of all this nonsense. So the leg is curving upward, like this. Yeah, so that's the leg and the shin. That's pretty much the shin area. And then once again, there's a spike. There's a spike. Then what I'm gonna do is do a little hinge this way. This is at an angle. You can actually that way you can see it. And the hinge basically comes down right there, concealing the chest. It's a little door right there. And the only bit you're gonna see is what they call a skirt, where the robot hips meet the body. The skirt right there. That's the only thing you really see. Nice. Nice. Okay. So let me so that'll be right there. I'm just doing a dynamic, you know, it's curving with the leg. And that's yes. So it should be in the inner leg on both of these. There we go. So that makes up. Yeah, that makes up for the exposed, like, what would be the exposed rib cage on a freaking dinosaur. Not the nicest looking piece right here, but so normally you'd have the little head, the robot's head right here. So what if you turn the robot's head sideways? Yeah, okay. So it's not a dome, it's tapered on the back end. There we go. It's tapered. So it basically makes the Adam's apple, if you would. There's a robot's little face right there. Then, robot's arm comes up to, yep, right about there. Just about. Got a little stupid curve right here. And the T-Rex head just kind of overlaps. If anything, maybe the T-Rex head plugs into something on top of the guy's head. I don't know. But essentially, there's our T-Rex head. All right, holy crap, we got it. Is it perfect? No, not by any stretch of imagination. He is smiling, but it is something to work with. In fact, you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? Right here, on the T-Rex's, like the back of his skull, he has a little hole right here, right? This guy's gonna have a spike. That spike is what locks into there. I think we got it, people. I think we got it. Once again, if I want to really go nuts and think of how to turn these into like semi-triple changes, that's going to be a trick. But at least we got the base of it. Like the main thing is like, okay, we got this. We know it works. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to use the original sketch layer right here. Just as our color layer. Select what goes where. Let us let's do red again. Let's do red on the hips. I'm not going to do the dynamic pose right now because I'm getting kind of tired. It's already 10:19. So I think we'll just we'll cap it off once I do some coloring to like highlight particular areas on this. Also want to clean up some of this ink layer. Oh my god, it's really rough. Really rough. We got kind of rough near the end, didn't we, people? Back in the color layer. What I'm gonna do, we're gonna add another color. Okay, orangey layer. This way. Yeah. Bot 3 ink. Bot 3 C for color. I'm gonna just select these for a minute. Nope, that didn't work. I tried a Photoshop trick and it didn't work. Okay, let's back up for a minute. Alright, so these are our 3 combining dinosaur bots. I'm still a little iffy on a few things. Once again, the head of the T-Rex is kind of big. I'm not sure if I want to go like an extra mile. Oh, I almost forgot something too. Like, I don't know. Well, once again, the last one's a little weird. I'm not sure. Where the hell the feet are going? Like, are the feet going right here? Should they just lean forward and connect? We'll go back to that. But yeah, for like a little like first run, just throwing it together, it works for now. It works. I like it. I like it. Okay. Okay, so ideas. ideas. Have them all turn into types of like war vehicles. So Arms McGee right there could probably become a tank with like a single barrel that comes out, and it just work the dinosaur legs / his arms to have treads on them, so they kind of fold in. It's a little like a perfect square, just treads, square on top, tank turret coming out the front of that blue piece. That blue piece will just have a little tank turret that slides out. Top guy, who is their tail and has like a spike arm for the lower back of the tail. Those little spikes, I can switch them out to be like guns that come all the way out or flip out or whatever. To be like a mounted kind of like those well, pretty much like they look like trucks, but they have freaking rocket launchers on top of them. I don't know what to do with the tail though. Like I could, you could always just add treads to the feet or the legs of the guy, and there'll be treads there. Don't know what to do with the tail. Part of me was thinking maybe if I work the tail a certain way, I could make it like a cockpit and turn it into a jet of some type, and have that big arm he has splits open and wings come out. Don't know. It's an idea. The last guy with his mad monocle and his freaking T-Rex arm, I got no idea. Like I said, the T-Rex will probably split and becomes like scorpion arms, but then you have like vehicles and scorpions. I don't know. But yeah. This is once again the kind of mindset I go through and the basic flat designing I do when coming up with like Transformers. Really simple Transformers before I start adding like cool robotic details, and if I even get that far. But just general transformation, this is usually what I come up with. Now let's have some fun. Flatten image. There's no way to like flatten the folder itself? Oh, you can. Okay, good. I'm going to merge. Okay, yeah, it's merge selected layers. Okay, so we're gonna try some stuff right here. We're gonna try some stuff. First, put him right there. Second, put him right here. Go back to the first. Delete. Go to the second. Delete. Don't do that. I'm not saving this like this. I'm just throwing stuff together at the moment. Second layer. Delete. Okay. Then T-Rex layer. We're just moving things around to see how they fit. Okay, legs are kind of small. He got tiny legs. But the general idea is there. If anything, the head's too big. Holy shit. The head's actually too big compared to the sketches. Yeah, we could probably shrink down that head if we wanted to. Holy crap. But yeah, that's like the general idea. That kind of works. That kind of works. Okay. Back, and back. That should be it, right? You're all still separated? File. Save. Okay. It is 10:27. I'm turning off this music. Oy vey. But yeah, that actually does work. Once again, a few tweaks here and there, but it looks like a combiner that would work. I just want to do more with the individual robots. Like, I really want to do more with them. I'm just not too sure what to do with them yet. But I'm happy to get it on paper because it was an idea I had in my head for a very long time. Like the moment I saw it, like the Animorph Tri-Rex, and then saw how the figurines look, because the figurines they didn't do well. They just didn't do well. All the Animorph toys did not do well because they were like, they couldn't make them 100% human. So like even when they transformed into their human modes, they had like a bestial mode. So it was like they're not really human. It's like mid transformation. If they were literally just Beast War toys and they didn't have to worry about that, they would have just looked amazing. And Tri-Rex also had a lot of issues with just gimmicks. He had battery powered, so like when he moved around, he made noises. So he had this giant battery pack, which just took up tons of space in his back. His tail was like made of rubber, so you could like pull the tail back and it would flip and knock into stuff. So you didn't get a chance to do like the Megatron tail. He had all these like weird little gimmicks that I think just got in the way. And heck, without the gimmicks, you could have stuck like 4 figurines in there. Like I said, I was thinking of like, maybe I could stick more figurines in this. Maybe it'd be 4 guys instead of 3 guys. But I think 3 is a good number. And yeah, just this guy with big muscular arms and his 2 buddies who don't have hands. But yeah, I'm happy with it. So I think we're gonna stop. And thanks again for watching, guys. As always, I'm just gonna keep doing my Sunday night streaming. So definitely tune in every Sunday at 8 o'clock, unless I say otherwise. Double check my YouTube channels for these videos in the future if you missed them, because these get saved on YouTube. And links down below, as you can see, for my phone's going off. Stand by. I might have lost the camera because of that. I don't know. Let's see. Did I lose the camera? I might have. I don't know. It looks like I'm still getting the feed. As I was saying, links down below. Twitter, YouTube, DeviantArt, and Instagram. Check those links for updates in case I cannot do a stream. And for anyone who may be wondering, the intern will be back when he can. He's a little busy actually helping me with projects. The intern monster will return to continue the gameplay of Forgotten Anne. And I think that's it. So once again, guys, I am Dante. Like, favorite, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the future. Later.